Four, three, two, one. And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this Facebook Live with Carole Beacons. And every week I get to introduce you to people who really are inspiring, who have done great things in the community. They've overcome odds. They've just done a variety of things to make us all feel good and remind us that we can all achieve and improve our lives at any point. And I have a lovely couple with me that I just enjoyed meeting. I enjoyed meeting a while back, John Hines and Laura Marsh, and they have an incredible story, but they're just in love. And they have a great message for all of us to remember, especially for anybody who might not understand those who are out there who might be homeless. So first of all, happy holidays, John.
You too. God bless you.
Oh, bless you both. I know it's been, you've gone through a lot in your life, and we met a while back because we talked about two books that you have written about the homelessness, and you both understand what it's like to live on the streets. Can you give me an idea for people who out there who just have no clue? What is the biggest misconception about people who are homeless?
Not everybody's out there because they want to be out there, because they chose to be out there. What do you think?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, many times it's mental illness. A lot of things happen in their childhood, their families, just don't know what to do. They give up, and then when you get out on the streets, it's just a hopeless feeling. You can go out there for a few days and see what it's like, but you never get that hopeless feeling because you're going home in a few days.
Exactly. And I think that's something that most people should remember, that we may not have any idea, but we do need to open our hearts and understand. Now, both of you, you were both on the streets together, and you sort of met in that situation. Can you describe that to me?
Yeah. So we were both using drugs a lot.
Yeah.
I met him. I had just got out of jail, and they let me out into the street, and I had nowhere to go. And he was out there doing his thing, and I was with my friend at St. Ben's Church getting ready to eat dinner, and I was sitting on the floor in line waiting for them to start serving. And I looked over, and John was talking to somebody, but when he looked at me, it was like lightning him. It was like, bam!
I felt that,
Kind of like love at first sight, huh?
Yeah.
I'd already sworn men off for the rest of my life, but then I saw John, so it was over.
It is amazing. And when I heard your story, and I think a lot of people would be surprised because you have a lot of laughter and you have a lot of joy in your life, but you have survived a lot. I mean, John, you were shot in the head. And that has left you with some impairment. Can you talk about what you want people to understand about people like you, because you really want to work?
Yeah. I don't know.
What do you want them to know about you? What a hard worker you are, and how hard it is for you sometimes, and let them know.
And I'm going to work school.
He's going to school.
I'm learning a lot of stuff. God is so awesome. I wake up in the morning, I thank him every day.
Yeah, he has to learn how to read all over again.
Yeah, but I love the fact that both of you keep trying and keep pushing, and you don't give up. And that is the beautiful part. And Laura, you wrote 2 books. Can you talk about three? Our third one you're still waiting to get published, about being home. Why are those books important to read? Because I looked at them and I got a whole different perspective of something that I think an education I needed.
I just told the stories the way I saw them out there, and I write the way I talk, and it's really easy to understand. But a lot of things go on out there that a lot of people don't even know about. It's not just the most horrible life in the world. We made good things happen while we were out there. We all stuck together like a family, and we would make jokes and just enjoy life that God gave us, because we're still here alive. Sleeping in the snow wasn't all that fun, but we figured it out.
A lot of beds.
A lot of blankets.
But it is amazing that the strength and the resiliency that people have found. But now, and why I have you on this show is because you have found a way out of homelessness. You now have a home, and that's what I want people to remember. You can get out. What is the most amazing thing about being able to have your own home right now, Laura?
Well, what we do is we don't throw our leftover food in the garbage. We put it in a bucket and put it in the refrigerator, and we fill it up, and we take it and we dump it behind the garage for the stray animals outside, so they don't have to eat out of the garbage or die in the winter. So I went out to dump it out this morning in my robe, and the wind was hitting me. And I remember those days where I didn't even have a place to go to the bathroom when I woke up in the morning, when I had to use it in the snow. And I just want people to understand that it's humiliating sometimes to be out there. And then a lot of times when we get off the street, we end up in a house where the landlord, we don't know our resident rights as far as renting. So the landlords, we get bad landlords, we end up in bad houses and stuff like that when we leave.
Yeah.
But we're just so grateful to be off the streets that we'll just take anything we can get.
Yeah,
and then we try to take everybody with us that we were on the streets with. So we end up with like 30 or 40 people sleeping on the floor in our apartment when we get off the street finally, because we're trying to save everybody that was with us out there. And we end up losing our place sometimes.
Well, you've learned that you can't do that, and you've learned that because that's too much, and you have to. You both have, you have your own children as well, so you have to take care of your family, which is very important.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that both of you, not only did you find love, but you found a way out, and you give hope and inspiration even through some tough times, because both of you have had some tough challenges in your life. Laura, you faced a lot of difficulties early on. Can you talk about?
Yeah, I was a teenage runaway in California. When I was 12 years old, I ran away to Los Angeles. I was always on the runaway list. I ran away over 10 times. John grew up in Cabrini Green. We both had a hard upbringing, but I think it's what made us so close and tight together, because we know that nobody else understands what we've been through but each other.
That's good. Yes, and that's a good message. And I know, John, you're always saying, praise the Lord, God bless you. And I like your strength and faith, which is important, very important. Now, I do, before we go, I have to make sure that we talk about the fact that this is the holiday season. And a lot of people, want to think about, what can I do to give back, or to think about people less fortunate than me. And, one thing I think we have to remember is we have to think about the homeless all year. Because every day of the year, there's someone who does not have a place to stay.
Yeah.
What message would you like to send to everybody out here who might be listening to this, Laura?
Yeah. When you're homeless all day, every day, all night, every night, not just in the holidays. And it's good that you want to come out and do something on Christmas. But what about the other days that everybody's sitting out here? It's really hot at night. Sometimes the bugs are biting you. Rats are crawling on you while you're sleeping. No place to go to the bathroom. People stealing your stuff. The police are throwing you in jail for littering when it's just your stuff that you have, that you own, and they're giving you littering tickets for it. Loitering when you're just trying to sleep. It's just a lot of stuff against you, but there is a way out. We were both on drugs, hard drugs, and we stopped. And it's hard. It's hard to stop, but you can do it.
Yes, you can.
You really can.
That is such an important message. And if you're just joining us for this Facebook Live Lunch with Carole, this is John Hines and Laura Marsh, a couple who have overcome homelessness and have faced a lot of challenges and continue to face a lot of challenges, but they're still finding ways to grow, learn, and prosper. And that's the most beautiful thing about both of you, because I think you have not given up. And that resilience, I think everybody needs to hear stories like yours.
That's so awesome.
We still struggle financially a lot and stuff like that, but we, every month, God makes sure we can make ends meet, and we would like to buy a house. We're trying to do that now, trying to get the money together to buy a house, but we're in the process of going through the classes and doing everything. So we are trying to buy a house and stuff.
Well, and you're also writing a third book, I hear.
Yeah, I wrote it a long time ago, but I don't know how to format it.
You're trying to get it published. Now, can you tell me about this third book? It also deals with homelessness. What is this about, Laura?
It's called Faces of the Homeless. It's different stories of when people came to stay with us after we left the streets. A lot of things happened with different people. As usual, I don't use people's names. I put an initial, to respect your privacy. But we shared a lot of stories for when people come to stay with us. And we got a lot of pictures in this book of actual homeless people from the streets of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And we have a cover made by Becca Kames, I think her name is, from my ad. She did a collage of actual homeless people for the cover. So it's going to be really nice. I just don't know how to format it for Amazon where we have our other books at. So I'm old.
I think because you figured out before. Now tell everybody who's interested in looking at a different face of homelessness in Milwaukee, tell us the name of your book and where you can get the two that are out there right now, Laura.
Well, we have Living in the Shadows of Milwaukee, and we have On the Trail. We are on Amazon. We are linked through Amazon. I didn't send you my link to put it on there. I don't know if you had it from before.
We do. We'll get that. We'll get that for some when I actually post it again. I'll put your link.
Oh, thank you. Those are directly come from Amazon, so it's delivered to your door. It's printed at Amazon and comes to your door. And I was gonna say something else. I'll remember after you guys go.
Yeah, well, it happens to me all the time. I think it's sometimes when your brain is racing and you've got too much on your mind, you can't come out. But thank you both very much, John, Laura. You're both. Not only are you good examples, but I think I love the fact that even despite so many challenges, and we just talked about a few here, you both have found not only each other, love, and you also understand that you can still grow, you can learn, and you can get off drugs and off the streets.
That's right.
So bless you both, love you, and I hope continue good health and many more blessings throughout the next year and the new year. And I am going to be checking in with you. So
thank you. You got my number.
And thank you everybody for joining us for this Facebook Live for Carole Meekins. And we
thank you everybody.
Yes,
God bless
you.
And happy holidays, everybody.
You too.
Bye-bye.
It's your